Okay, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is to you. Let's go ahead and get circled up on volume of the triangular prisms. It's lesson 10-2. We're going to go ahead and bang out numbers 1 through 10. Okay, and hopefully you did pretty well with the volume of a rectangular prism. Okay, and then we're going to jump to number 16 through 22. The rest were good. Okay. So 1 through 10, 16 through 22 is where we're going to rock out. Let's go ahead and get to the guided practice. And we need to talk about a formula here. It's a unique formula. Okay. And let's take a look at it right from this example. There is no formula for a triangular prism on our formula sheet from the state. But we do need to know how to do this. So the formula that we're going to use, and I'm going to slide down here a little bit, is this. And what you know, this is kind of a unique formula. See that capital B? Volume equals capital BH. Well, if I was to write that out over here, it would be volume equals 1/2 the base times the height. If you remember, that's to find the area of a triangle, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to multiply that by the height of the prism. So this capital B is really representing this piece, finding the area of a triangle, okay? And then we're going to multiply it by the height of it. So we're going to kind of carry it through, okay? So it can be a little bit confusing, but we are going to have to write these numbers out because, listen, we have to know what we're looking for on this deal here, okay? Okay, so let's get started here with number 1. Our formula is capital BH, so it's 1/2 times the base. All right, so a triangular prism has 2 triangular bases, okay? Here's the base and here's the height of that triangle. So it's 1/2 times 3 times 5 times the height of the prism. The height of this rectangle right here is times 6, okay? Now, these are pretty easy numbers to look at. So let's just go ahead and, all right, let's go. 1/2 of 6 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 times 3 is 45 feet cubed. So that is the capacity of it. If we were filling it up, there would be 45 feet cubed. And what that means is if I had a cube, a cube, there'd be 45 of these that would fit inside of there. This cube is 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. Okay. And 45 would go in there of some type of units. Okay, here we go. So now what we're going to do is number 2, 1/2. All right, so now what we're looking for is the numbers that are perpendicular to each other. You see the box there? There it is. So it's 1/2 times 3 times 2 times the height of the prism. This is what we call the hypotenuse. We don't need that. So it's going to be the height of the prism, 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 1/2 of 6 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12 meters cubed. You could plug that right into your calculator. Once you get this piece set up, it's not too bad. Okay. Number 3. Dirk has a triangular piece of cheesecake. Wonder if that's from the Cheesecake Factory. Find the volume. Okay. 1/2 times the base. Remember, the base and the height are always perpendicular to each other. Times 6 times 4. The height of the prism is 3. Now, let's say you got a little bit out of order and you got confused with the 3 and a 6. Does it matter? No. Why? Because the commutative property of multiplication says you can multiply in any order. And when we plug that into our calculator, we end up with 36 inches cubed. Okay. So we're doing okay so far. All right, well, let's get started with the next one. And of course, we have to work backwards, right? We're going to have to, and I'm actually going to scribble this out. I'm going to show my work down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my formula down. 1/2 times the base times the height times the height. Find the base. We're looking for the base of the length of the shipping box in the shape of a triangular prism. The shipping box has a volume of 276, goes under the V. A height of 1/2 comes down. A height of 6.9, and a height of it is 10. What are we looking for? B. Now we're going to need our calculator. See, what we have to do is simplify this side, right? 1/2 of 10 is 5, so let's just shorten it. 5 times 6.9 is 34.5. 34.5b equals 276. Divide both sides by 34.5. So 276 divided by 34.5 is 8. 8 what? 8 feet. It's not cubic units. It's linear feet. So the base of the triangle is 8 feet. Excellent. Excellent work here. All right, let's roll on here. Number 1. Okay, I'm going to run a little short on time. I'm going to run the bus duty. So 1/2 times the base of 7 times the height of 6 times 16. Okay, and when you plug all those into the calculator, you end up with 336 meters cubed. Okay. All right, let's jump to number 3. We got numbers everywhere on these. This is where it gets a little fun. All right, volume equals 1/2. We got to find the area of this triangle. The base. All right, remember the base and the height are perpendicular. We need 5.7. We need 7.6. And we need the height of the prism, the height of the rectangle. This is the hypotenuse. We do not need that. So I'm certainly going to need my calculator here. 0.5 for 1/2 times 5.7 times 7.6 times 4.8. Bam. And it says round to the nearest tenth. So if I round that to the nearest tenth, that 6 gives that 9 a shove to a 10, which will carry over. So that is 104 centimeters cubed. So we rounded that up to 104. All right, let's try one more of these just because of the time element. Number 5. All right, actually, let's work backwards here on number 4. In the shape of a prism, it has a base area of this, a height of this. Find the volume. Oh, they made this easy. They already took the 1/2 the base times the height. So all I have to do is multiply that times that. You see, this is already the area of the triangle. Now we're just multiplying that by the height on number 4. And that equals 187 and yards. I'm sorry, yes, yards cubed because it is volume. All right, I'd like to work backwards one more time with you with number 6. Volume equals 1/2 the base times the height times the height. Remember, this is the capital B in the formula. The volume is 30 equals 1/2. All right, the base of the triangle is 10. We're looking for the height, x, okay, times 3h. You see, the height of the prism is there. So 30 equals 1/2 of 10 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15h. Divide both sides by 15. H equals 3. 3 what? 3 feet. Okay. So I hope that made good sense to you. I'm cutting it a little bit short here just because of the time.